Cool. Well, hi.
Yeah.
All right, so now I am going to tell everybody that they can watch me come get my haircut.
Great.
So, Brittany, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone.
What's your name? What do you do?
I'm Brittany. I work at Baby DeShane Fine Men's Salon. I actually am the owner, and that's where I cut Danny's hair. But unfortunately, I can't be doing that right now because, quarantine. So we're going to do a backyard haircut.
How many people do you have of begging you to come cut? Like, we're not sick, come cut our hair.
I literally can't tell you how many. I had 2 clients already. One client offered $100 for a men's haircut. Another client offered $200 for a men's haircut. So people are really ready to get their haircut. The girls have people texting them every day. They're screenshotting me messages from clients. Like, the one client was on a kick where he was just consistently sending a message every day, and then finally he just sent a screenshot of his head shaved and was like, I give up.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had thoughts about, like, I wonder how much I could pay Brittany to go, but I would never put you in that position.
Well, I appreciate that because it's so not about that. I absolutely love our clients and I wish I could help. Like, I missed everyone, honestly. But, I feel like, yada, yada, yada. You want to be part of the solution, not the problem. So here we are.
Jackson, not yet. So Jackson's actually going to make the first couple of cuts.
Okay, awesome.
So from a professional standpoint, should I have washed my hair here, I'll have Jen take the camera so you can see what the back of my head looks like right now. You see the camera moving?
Got it.
Okay. All right, good. So this part in the back, I don't know if I'm going to do the full, because I don't want her cutting the length, because that's like a recipe for disaster, I think.
What are you trying to say?
I think maybe we're just going to cut high and tight on the sides. But you tell me what you think you can walk her through.
High and tight.
Okay, so you don't want to do a mohawk. You want it all. We're doing a regular haircut.
Well, you know what? No, you know what? We're going to do the actual mohawk. Let's do the actual mohawk. I'm overthinking this.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
So what I was thinking, in my professional opinion,
Don't listen to her, please.
Go ahead, Jen.
is to find a line in his hair and then just cut down and keep following that line.
She's literally the person who does this as a profession.
I know, but I just want to.
So yeah, essentially you're gonna want to start though in the front. So you're gonna want to section the hair out first. I would suggest, just because his hair is shorter and it's gonna be hard to clip, I would suggest wetting it a little. Do you have a spray bottle by any chance?
I can probably grab one, I think. Do we have a spray bottle? No.
No? Okay,
do you want me to wet my head?
We're just gonna kind of wing it.
We have a hose.
We have a hose?
What'd you say?
We have a hose.
I have a hose right here.
Yeah, actually, that sounds even more fun.
Okay. All right.
We'll just go over and hose your head down.
Only because it'll make it easier to separate your hair, because we're going to create a part for the mohawk first.
All right, hold on. He's got the hose.
I don't have faith in me.
It's all right. It's a joint effort, girl.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Okay, it's on mist. Mist is good.
Yeah, definitely not Jetstream.
Yeah.
Or maybe Jen wants it on Jetstream.
I think his followers, if he has any on this, want to see Jetstream.
Fine, I'll try a full. Okay, that's too much.
That's the only scalp massage he's getting today.
Yeah, that's the only scalp massage he's getting today.
Oh no. Jackson, you look super cool.
It actually feels kind of nice.
It feels good. I haven't been outside yet. I you know, I just haven't. I'm just drinking whiskey and coffee and telling you how to get your hair cut. So let's hope for the best.
Well, you've been very busy. I understand.
Okay, so you're going to want to part the Mowhawk from the front first and then follow those lines parallel all the way back, Jen.
I have a comb in
The reason
there.
we're doing it from the front, starting in the front and not the back, is because it's most important for it to be centered in the front where you're going to see it versus the back where you're going to see it left.
Gotcha. And yeah, this stream is going to be used, you know, for later for anybody else who is at home that wants to probably try to do this by themselves. Not
Okay,
like,
awesome.
Well,
Yeah, and just kind of do your best to draw that, you know, following the curve of his head all the way back to the knee, into his neck.
Okay, well, Jackson's gonna cut the first cut. So here, you can do like right there.
Good job, Bobby.
Here, go like this
And
way.
your face.
There's some hair gone.
well, I'm in the shit now.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let's let Brittany continue.
Okay.
Jackson thought we said reverse Mohawk.
All right, buddy. Mommy's turn.
Awesome. Yeah, that's looking good, Jen.
All right. See?
Yep. So you want to go, yeah.
Wait till she
should
tells you
run
things.
Run it right along the part. Don't like take it, you know, yeah, that direction. Yep, running back towards his neck so that you can follow the line. There you go. And then once you get that chunk carved out, you can switch your direction to a vertical direction, starting from his ear going up to the top of his head. But you want to start in a horizontal direction, heading from forehead to neck, so that you can follow the part more accurately without actually cutting into it, like gouging into the part.
Should I get?
Oh yeah!
So we didn't say where you're located. So we're in Lehigh Valley, and BB DeShane is on Main Street in Hellertown.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing while we're doing this is that you had just struck out on your own, correct? Like you're a new business owner.
That's correct. Yeah, our first operating day was February 1st, 2020. Lucky us.
So how's that working for you? Like, all right, is your like rent and like how's that gonna go?
So we've been really fortunate that our landlord is he's just being very cool about this. He's being really gracious and reasonable, and he believes in us a lot. So he doesn't want this to shut us down. So he's worked out a deal with me to defer some payments while we're closed, which is very helpful because that's the bulk of our expense. Luckily, I had the girls, we shut down on March 16th, which was the very first day that Tom Wolf made the announcement, encouraging small businesses to close, but he hadn't mandated it yet. So we've been closed since March 16th, and now it's April 19th. So the girls, the employees, filed for unemployment on that day that we closed. So thankfully, they were in the first round of people to receive unemployment, which has been great for them. And then with the landlord working out the deal for rent, that's been a godsend. And aside from that, just doing my best to stay positive. We're all in it, there's nothing we can do. So we made a really cool video, the salon girls and I, there's 12 of us in it. We did this really cool transformation of before in our jammies and no hair and makeup. And then we snap and it turns into full glam for each person. And that's over on our social media pages right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, it's looking like, I think last Wolf said, now it's gonna be May 15th or something, he said?
Yeah, I think May 16th or around there. Yeah, so it looks like we're in it for another. Clients are now sending pictures with I had one of my male clients today send me a picture with hair as long as mine, edited onto him.
Brittany,
So
help
people
us.
are, they're having fun with it, which is cool.
Yeah, so like you could, in theory, if you had like a hazmat suit, be making thousands and thousands of dollars in haircuts right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we totally could. Absolutely. It's so funny too because we have a women's team and a men's team. So the way our salon works is it's a 3,000 square foot space with a separate salon floor just for men and then a separate salon floor just for women. And I thought that it was going to be our female clientele that we were getting the most crazy messages from, wanting us to get them in for their nails or like waxing, balayage, like gray roots. And it hasn't actually been that at all. It's been the men that are really they're really hurting for haircuts.
Well, I think like don't men traditionally get haircuts more often? Like Jen goes months without going. I see you every 3 weeks.
Sure. Yeah, men typically get haircuts more often, but women get their roots done, like the gray roots that are coming in that need to be colored. They get that done about every 4 weeks, the same way, like 3 to 4 weeks, the same way a man would have their haircut. So we were just anticipating getting a lot more pushback. But it's been an interesting kind of experiment. And also, kind of on a sadder note, we specialize in bridal hair and makeup. So we have a bridal hair and makeup team, and we've had a lot of weddings that had to cancel already. So some of them are canceling. A lot of them are rescheduling. We're obviously encouraging people to reschedule, not cancel. But that sucks. Can you imagine having your wedding for now?
Well, and between that, like, I've known several people who have died in the past 2 months. And they can't have funerals. Like, you can't have memorials. Like, that's, like, forget about marriage for a second. Like, that's, like, all... And you forget from those very big things to the everyday things, like going to see... God, I've been seeing you for over 2 years now. And my heart breaks a little bit when I don't get a chance to come in, because I think you guys are awesome.
I know.
Hi, Brittany's husband / boyfriend, fiance, I don't know. Who's that behind you?
Oh, yeah, that's Chad. That's my boyfriend.
Hi, Chad.
Say hi.
Welcome to the internet.
Right,
I was like, hey, hook it up with some coffee. He brings me coffee with Godiva liqueur and Jameson. I was like,
all right,
not gonna argue.
So, Brittany, on the stream right now, you should see her.
Jen, that looks amazing.
Go angle down a little bit. There you go. Yeah, just like that.
Good job. Go a little bit down towards his neck.
Like down here?
Like there.
Here?
You see? Yep. It looks to me like...
Can you angle down a little bit?
Everything looks really good, honestly. There's a little... go up a little bit. You see, like, right there where it bulges out a little bit?
Yeah.
What you can do with that, if you want to, like, be a perfectionist about it, is comb that hair towards you a little bit and then make a straight line going up. Do you know what does that make sense? Yeah, right in there. Right in there. Or if it's just hair that you missed, just go in with the trimmers.
Like this part? Cut this part out? Like this line?
Yes. Right there. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? How it's like just bulging out a little bit there?
Yeah.
Yeah, make a straight line with the comb. Yep. And then follow the trimmers along the edge of it. And that will cut out that little bulky piece.
Can you angle the camera back over here?
Right, you?
Yeah. Yep. That's good. This is so much fun.
Yeah, this is cool. She did a really good job. It looks great.
Well, luckily she wasn't mad at me today, or else this wouldn't have happened.
All right, here.
Angle down. Yep. Okay, check on stream, Brittany. Sorry, there's a delay.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
I'll be honest right now. It goes like, this is going to be like a V.
That's okay. I don't give a shit.
That's okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I just realized it. I went too far deep in.
That's okay.
So it's gonna be like you have like a.
That's pretty typical. It usually tapers a little thinner in the back, because if it were super thick in the same width the whole way back, it would look like a skunk.
Okay, so I did it right. Can you hose your head again,
Yeah. Hold
please, so I can do the other side?
Yeah, you got the hang of it?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yep. So now the tricky part is just make sure when you're carving in from the front.
Carving.
Go ahead, give her expertise while you're over here.
Okay. So the tricky part's going to be when he comes back, Jen. You want to make sure that when you're carving in from the front section, that you're really looking at him straight on, so that you can make sure that it's even, you know, like basically in between the middle of both of his eyebrows, and you're not like cheating it too far to one side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Want me to the other side too?
Well, yeah, because I need to repart it on the other side. I don't care if you itch.
Oh, she's such a dick.
Jen's like, I don't care about your feelings.
I just want to prove you wrong.
Uh-huh.
Jackson wants in on the action.
Oh, yeah. Good job,
One more.
buddy.
One more.
He
Nope,
looks
right
so
here.
cute with his little shaved head.
Doesn't he though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to screw up a head shave, but I think I did okay.
Good job, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. It does look cute. Was he freaking out?
No, he actually did pretty good.
Okay, so now when you're drawing the line back, make sure you look at him from the front of his, like, get in front of him. Does that look even to you? It definitely looks good from the side. I can see that on my second camera over here.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get this set sheet front camera around.
Okay, now I can see. I would take it in a little. Danny, turn your head. I don't know which side. No, you know what? Leave it there for now. Leave it there for now. If we have to take it in more, we will.
I am a hairstylist, not a camera operator.
Yes, she can't be burdened with these peon tasks.
Yeah.
We're gonna call you Master Stylist Jen.
That's right.
And of course, now the wind's picking up. Very dramatic.
Wow. Sure, that's super itchy.
It's not that bad right now. Although I'm going to bring all my equipment in later. There's going to be like gobs of hair and everything.
Yeah, this is like super professional. I'm liking it.
Yeah, I do this a lot. I've never taken all my stuff apart and brought it outside before. But like it worked, so I guess I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Sweet.
You know, if our house ever gets like home invaded and I have to kill a bunch of people, then I can just take my stuff and I can broadcast from wherever.
It's perfect. You know, you gotta think times like these. You gotta think of all the what ifs.
Yeah. Home invasion, divorce from bad haircuts.
If it makes you feel any better, I haven't even cut my boyfriend's hair. Yesterday he was like, we made a to-do list of all the things we want to get done, like around the house and at the salon. And his haircut was on it, and I just checked it off, like when he wasn't looking. And then he was reading it, and he was like, why is haircut checked off? You didn't give me a haircut. And I was like, oh.
Stop moving.
What's that? Oh, that's Jackson.
That's his little squirter. Don't shoot it over here, Jackson.
There's nothing in it.
Look at Jen in the arc.
I got it from Ryan's egg.
Yeah, he's showing you his Ryan's egg toy. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
out of all the people I'd want to be stuck in a house with, it's gonna go like doctor, dentist, and hairstylist.
Wife is like 30 down on the list.
So far down.
Oh man. I would be nicer to her. She's got your hair in her hand. Jen, let me know when you're done with that and I'll tell you what the next part is.
Well,
It's looking good.
it's not even. I'm gonna have to
I
go
can't-
back in. It's not even.
Meaning it's like thicker on one side?
Yeah. There's like.
Do you want to take the camera back and...
Okay. Yep, so it looks to me like his right side, that's where it's like flowing over.
This side?
Right side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's not. It needs to be in, like, just a little bit more. Not
So what I
much.
want you to do on the side that Danny's rubbing.
This side?
Right side.
What's wrong with it?
On his right side, you see how right when it gets to the you see right when it gets to the curvature of his head, see how it's like when you're looking at that from the back of his head, you see how that part's sticking out where his cowlick is?
Yeah.
Yep. Like swipe your hand in an upward motion, and you hit that hair. That's right above your finger. How it's like hanging over.
Yeah, so like this...
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yes. So what I would do with that, just because it's not quite, if it were longer, we could just let it hang over onto the shaved part and that would be like an undercut. But because it's not quite long enough for that, what I would do is take the comb and grab the hair from underneath, hold it in a straight line up, and then cut any hair that's on the side of the comb facing you. So you're gonna do clipper over comb, that's what that's called. It's a little bit, more advanced of a technique for sure, but I think you can handle it.
Okay.
Clipper over comb technique. Learning some more tricks of the trade.
That's right.
She's smacking me, Brittany. You don't smack me when you do this.
She's your wife, so
It's awful.
I'm sure she's got a lot of pent-up aggression.
Oh no, she doesn't keep it pent up.
That a girl, Jen. Let it all out.
Comes out in new and surprising ways all the time.
Well, now I like this clipper over comb thing. It's like a game.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah, it's like, so it's not so,
Bulky.
yeah. I guess I should probably do, like, hold this. Right here, too.
Yeah,
It looks
so
like-
for that, you might have a hard time. What I would normally do with that is I would freehand it. If you feel comfortable enough, you can. What I mean by that is you would take the trimmers, tilt them on their side, and just follow, like, starting right behind the curve of his head and heading towards his forehead, kind of follow with the trimmers and just clean those little loose hairs up. Only because sometimes they're just really light and there's only a few of them, so the comb kind of doesn't keep them steady.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
This side?
Hold on, it's delayed. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, there's like a 5 second delay, so.
No worries. Okay, now it's on the other side. I'm getting a little bit of a sun glare, but that side looks pretty good.
Yeah. Definitely compared to this one. Okay. You can
Yeah, so that's typical. You know why, Jen? Because his hair is growing to the right, so you're getting all that overhang. Because on this side, his hair is also growing to the right, so it's working with you, but on the opposite side, it's working against you. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, because every time I do my hair, it's always back and to the right is how it grows.
Exactly. So now you have to deal with managing that kind of overhang. This is actually a pretty tricky haircut, like to go from a bald, well, it's not really bald fade because we just used one guard, but basically just to go from skin up until having pushed over to the side. It's basically a high and tight mohawk.
Yeah, and I'm also going to bleach it later too, so there's that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's great.
I ordered that bleach you told me to get.
Oh, you did? Okay, perfect.
Yep. Thank you, Sally Beauty.
Hey, yeah, Sally's coming in clutch. Yeah, that's looking good.
Alright, now I just need to do... You can ask her that question.
What question?
It's something about foil.
Oh, somebody in the chat was like, use a foil shaver at the back? I don't know what that is.
Oh, they're used to going to a barber. So generally, barbers will use something called a foil shaver. We do have them at the salon. It's basically, it's a really, really close blade. It looks like, it looks almost similar to an electric razor that you would use on your face, but it has like two blades running horizontally with foil rolls wrapped over them.
Mm-hmm.
And they use that at the neckline to get a seamless kind of skin to hair fade. Like we use them on bald fades at the salon. It's another kind of clipper that is used for getting really, really close.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, she's walking around stream now.
Yeah, Jen.
Right.
She's getting all cocky.
Yeah, that looks great.
Alright, I have a mohawk. That's it?
Yeah, I think that looks awesome. What do you think? Jackson, what do you think, honey?
Jackson says he looks like a walking chicken.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
I feel like that's probably what you were going for.
Yeah.
And I cut a line at the back. Actually.
So now, should I cut so it's all uniform length from front to back?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
No, because what could end up happening then is you might get pieces sticking up. Like if you cut it too short. Right now, at least it's laying down. So even if, honestly, the secret to hair cutting a lot of times is, especially with men's hair cutting, you leave longer. Like just because you're doing a haircut doesn't necessarily mean you're cutting every hair. You're cutting to make sure that the hair is left long enough where it needs to be, and then taken short enough where it needs to be, so that it looks nice and lays the way it's supposed to. So I feel like right now it's laying pretty good, and I'm afraid that if you try to cut it just to make it all the same length, it's going to make it worse.
Well, okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Can't believe we pulled this off.
Pompadour profession now. Hey.
Well, Brittany, thank you so much. I'm going to tout this as something that people can watch and take some pointers from. I asked you all the questions that I would naturally ask if I was watching a different video somewhere, but this could be interactive, so...
If you want to include our social media tags in this video, I'm happy to answer anyone's questions. If they want to send us a message, I'm literally at home, so I'm happy to answer you guys, walk anybody through, if they need helps or tips and tricks. Basically what you need to do this is you're going to want to wet the hair, you need a comb. If you're going to do it totally bald on the sides, you don't even really need, like trimmers would work fine, or a clipper of some type. And that's really bare bones it. You might want to have a towel.
Yeah, so mine, I am using a Philips Norelco shaver, and I'm obviously not getting money from these people. Just people are going to ask, like, hey, what shaver did you use? I love this thing. I'll put a link in the video, and I used this looks like a 1 millimeter guard, 1 mm. Yeah. So down to a 1. No guard is what I used on Jackson, so it's like, yeah, this is good. I dig this.
Really went right for it, Dad. Really went right for it.
Jen started, and it went up the middle, and then he said, he's like, I'm done, I'm not doing this. I was like, you gotta hop back on. I don't know how to fix this, so let's just go for broke. So But cool. Well, thank you, Brittany. Thank you for the five or six people that hung out to watch this, and I'll share it, and I'll send you the link and everything that you can share on yours. And hey, we killed some time on a Sunday afternoon in quarantine, so why not?
Yeah, this is fun. Definitely send me pictures when you're all done bleaching and that fun stuff.
Speaking of bleaching, I remember. Do I have to put like Vaseline, like something on the side, so that when I put the color on, do I have to put something around the sides, like the Vaseline or whatever you said?
Yep, I would use Vaseline. You could also even use like a heavy conditioner or lotion, but just something so that you're trying to prevent it from staining your skin. Petroleum, Vaseline is probably best.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I still have that orange that we did way back, so that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. So, like, after I bleach, should I bleach it a couple of times, or just bleach it once for a long time?
Yeah.
You should bleach it once for about 30 minutes, and then see how light it gets. If you want to send me a picture of how light it gets after that, then I'll let you know if you need to bleach it again. Typically, I wouldn't do that on like a female client or a client with longer hair, but for you, because worst case scenario, if it ends up dry, it's just when you double process your hair, it gets dry. But for you, we can grow out and we'll just cut it and regrow it, so it's not really that big a deal.
Perfect. Brittany, thank you so much. I wish I could hug you like we always do, but
I know.
that has to wait now. All right, well, I hope you do well. I'll keep texting you, and I'll send you all the stuff, and hopefully see you in a month.
That sounds great, Danny. Bye, Jen. Thanks for being such a good
They already went inside. Jackson's like, this is no longer relevant to my interests.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Hear that music? Hear that music?